What makes a screenplay good? I mean, how do you read hundreds of scripts a year? I'm sure. How can you tell this is good?
Well, a screenplay has to connect. It has to. You have to find the characters relatable. You have to find their quest relatable. Hopefully, their conversation is witty, clever, glib, funny, provocative. There's nothing better than a great turn of phrase. So you have to strive for that. And look, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, and I think things have changed a little bit. I find, and I really hope that this isn't a result of me growing older and becoming more rigid. Okay, but there are times that I think that for instance, I thought comedies used to be funnier because so many of the comedies had characters that were sort of on the make. They were struggling to either get the girl or get some money or get a job. There was an aspirational content, quality to comedy, and I think it's because many of the writers, started off with nothing. They were stand-up comedians. When I worked at William Morris. There were the heads of the agency were Jewish men, and they would take you to Hillcrest, and you'd go into the one of the rooms at Hillcrest, which in those days it was for men only, and there'd be a table of all the comedians, and there'd be George Burns and Milton Berle and all the guys. They'd be talking to one another, and that all of these guys probably started off with no money at all. Okay. And we used to sit there and laugh, Jack Benny, and say, "Oh, we're the luckiest guys in the world. We're sitting in this country club having whitefish," right? But I think that part of humor came from an aspirational side, and I wonder at times whether the humor nowadays is being told by wealthier kids, and therefore it's not as grounded, it's not as raw, it's not as real. I mean, I think to a certain degree too, Eddie Murphy's rise at a certain point very much came from this kid who was, had a tougher life and sort of, scraped his way out of it. So I mean, those are things that float through my mind, in terms of our art form and sort of where we are right now.